One big point. There's too many heroes in a row. They can actually take Roshan from you, and that is like a big momentum staller right there. If the enemy team that is the better late game picks up the Aegis, that's rough.
Okay. They actually get the pick up.
Oh, they got him again.
He gets there.
Pull them back in. He's not getting away from the drain. The silence is there. They're going to throw out the goal and try and interrupt things. They can maybe still win this fight. Soulbind latching on in. No, Boxy not able to stay on top of Miracle. He's actually getting some heals out. The double suck going off onto the Golem there. I actually didn't know you could Soulbind onto the Golem. I guess it's a hero unit, right?
Yeah. I mean, he probably clicked the Golem then, and it's attached to the other hero, right?
Yeah.
I guess that's the way he must have done it. And hey, I guess they can go for their own. Roshan to a tag team with Medallion. Pretty quick. I also want to point out GH has kidnapped My Control's bottle the entire game so far. He never gave it to me.
This is mine now. I thought maybe it would go the other way. That supports are going to be feeding Core's bottles, but apparently not.
But they can make it in time. They have Chrono. They have the Mortar resistance.
A little bit too slow. They do have Mickey here. They're going to try and get what pickoffs they can without using the Chronosphere. Mind Control is certainly stuck in the pit, and they will manage to get 2 kills. Looking for more now. Koifun Boxy leading the charge with their Blink Daggers. Blink's the right position here. He'd actually find Kuro and Miracle, but he'd be pretty far ahead of his team. So Liquid are going to give up on that for now, and it's actually Nigma are going to try and get aggressive here. They're going to find the pick off on Insania in the back lines here. And Boxy, he's going to take that challenge. Mortimer Kiss is raining, and they're going to be able to bring down Miracle because the Aegis is on ILTW. So they're going to try and leave ILTW for last here. Bash Chronosphere actually going down. They're going to try and deal with the toss because, again, the extra life. The cookie doesn't do anything, though. Inside the Chronosphere, the H-12 is going to stall off Boxy and Mickey. He's got to get out now. GH going to try and chase him. Boxy, Taiga. He's doesn't have a TP, so there's no way out. He's just going to suicide into the tier 2.
They tried to turn because they got, their Warlock got caught. They tried to go for this big fight, but Nigma, they've got a little bit too much. And ILTW, I believe he just ticks level 13 as that fight's going off when they get the kill. Gets the point in the Eclipse, so he's able to zone them away.
Good.
Heads up fight still coming out from both sides, but Liquid fighting into this unit. We're seeing that Lunar Blessing coming into play. We're seeing just that whole power of where Nigma is grouped up. Even into these big team fight spells of Liquid, they're somehow able to take.
And it's actually 2 different fights now that like a small little mechanical play. They've actually changed some of the fate to Soulbind there on the previous team fight, and this one that they could have definitely used an additional cookie stun on ILTW, but sadly.
I think he tried to cookie while he was in the Chrono, right?
Yeah.
So the cookie doesn't work. So yeah,
yeah.
it's unfortunate for sure. They have Aegis, so it's still trying to get cleaned up anyway. But yeah, small little things.
Top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
See if they are going to be able to take this tier 2 early. They're not. They're going to back up.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Perfect item for Liquid's, draft and style this game. The Philosopher style. They're trying to take it to the later stages, get that Philly up on Insania or on Taiga.
Watch that replay again. We'll see the initiation from Boxy. They very easily blow up Miracle here, and that's all fine, well, and good. But ILTW, this is about the time he's pumping out some serious damage, and sadly, the cookie that comes in here not really doing anything for you, so ILTW is just able to get off the Eclipse, and that's kind of that.
Yeah, I do want to point out just the distance that Nigma can poke and prod from. Lucent Beam, they've got the Stroke of Fate, the Puzzle Blast, so many spells they can shoot from a distance. Insania, not trying to de-ward there for a moment. And yeah, Kuroki's skill build this game. Since he has a ranged carry, even though he has Tusk, he only has the 1 point in Ink Swell. He's got 4 points in Stroke for that range spam that they've been doing, and then the Phantom's Embrace is so efficient versus Void.
Yeah, I really like this. He's got the Decrepify. The Ren damage is really insane, especially the Decrepify when it goes off. So I do like this choice quite a bit from him.
Yeah, even the talent, like if he chooses to take the DPS talent, it's like 780 damage when it's maxed out on Phantom. It's one of the higher burst damages in the game, but I don't think I've seen like anyone take it because the other one's just so value.
Yeah. So we have Liquid, they hit a timing, they got their Blink Daggers, they took, 1, maybe 2 okay fights, but Now it feels like that timing's gone. And I'm presuming the next timing is BKBs. I mean, that Faceless Void feels like it needs one really badly.
Oh god, he's going for the SNY because he's probably just feeling like the leash and all this is going to be just devastating for him, even if he has BKB, because he's playing versus that Grimstroke. But yeah, it's going to be some tough moments for Liquid, as this is like the peak time. You know, Aegis, you've got your group up with Luna, with Pugna, with Darkseer. Like these heroes all just, they work so well together. They just have to make sure they're not clumped. The only way Liquid can really take this big fight is a humongous Chrono that just lands the whole entire combo. But if they pick a fight where they're not all together, like exactly at the same time, Nigma's just gonna like insta-kill one hero and move on to the next very quickly.
All right, well, 1 more minute left for that Aegis, and you can take the outpost.
Yep.
They want is they've already taken that mid lane. Not that they need it before 20 minutes, of course, but the passive experience is always nice. Watching Sania. Just very easily 100 to 0'd.
Yep. And that actually, I didn't notice, GH got the Blink Dagger off that kill too. So now, easier forms of initiation for Nigma. Liquid still has a lot of ways to be able to get onto these targets, but now there's a save and an initiation for Nigma that's going to make it quite a lot harder.
Tried to vacuum him back in. Nigma. It's kind of that awkward position where you almost want to go high ground just to try and force people back, but it's also inherently very dangerous to even approach that area. So they're not going to go high ground. Liquid are going to be allowed to maintain their current positioning, which is cores farming up side lanes and generally trying to stay off map.
I think going high ground whenever you're versus Tiny is always quite scary. You get like one toss back, you have to make the decision. Do we help him or do we ditch him?
Look at this triangle vision. They had vision on their own triangle. Again, a great warding technique of just like knowing they're going to be pressuring their side of the map. They have to play side lanes and they have to try and farm somewhere else. Let's get some really nice defensive vision to be able to spot that. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually scale out on a kill here, but Mickey is going to be forced out of that position, rooted away to his side. Taiga, nice deny there on the DD with a little shredder.
Aegis does get reclaimed. Nigma does sweep them out of their triangle. So now Mickey has to farm in a more defensive position. And Nigma now can probably look to just like claim areas around their wards, just keep protecting their wards, just playing around those. While we do see Liquid just kind of playing in the dark. They only have what, that one ward down on the bottom right side, and I think the one in the river, which is soon expiring. So map is not the safest for them.
So I just did my own little in-person replay, and I watched Kuro, and he did actually click Soulbind on Boxy earlier, and it just automatically latched onto the golem. So that's really cool. I did not know that. Yeah,
it's like there's a lot of times in where I've seen people like you click it on a hero and then you click it on an illusion and it latches to the hero, but golem, it's just full hero unit. That's really cool.
Yeah, that is pretty interesting. 5-man smoke up from Liquid, and no Aegis on ILTW. They get the right Chronosphere here. Maybe they can change. Unfortunately, it's fine. They're going to be able to get it immediately. The Mortar's Kisses are raining in. They're going to try and burst down ILTW as quick as possible. The Mortar's Kisses run out as the Tusk was able to stall that out. ILTW, a sliver of HP, and he finally does go down. Mind Control put him back into the wall, but he's certainly dead here unless he gets super lucky and jukes all this out. Into the trees he goes, hiding away, but Koifa, like a bloodhound, sniffs him out into the trees. 4 kills for Liquid off of that team fight.
Nigma caught with their pants down, not fully ready with that positioning there. They lose the Luna very early on. The Grimstroke gets popped by Koifa. Just a perfect wraparound. Liquid reading the scenario perfectly. That one ward that they had in the river actually kind of caused all that because they saw Nigma swimming up and getting that setup there, so they're able to get the wraparound. Now though, they did expend like everything, so it's going to be up to Nigma to punish that themselves. They're gonna smoke immediately.
How far do you push this? Like, if you don't find the team fight, do you try and poke at a high ground, or what do you do? They're going to find Taiga with the smoke. Not a core kill, so it's okay.
I think you're just swinging for kills. With this trio, or maybe even with the 4 of them, you just swing for kills.
Okay.
The Luna just deals with pushing out the lanes at the moment. Just keep looking to just claim any type of advantage. Claiming triangle is still a little bit scary, but if they're willing to try, they still have a good opportunity. And it looks like they're actually going to try.
Well, you called it. They smoked, found a kill. Smoke, go again. Boxy blinking into the river here. He's going to be chased down, pulled back in by the vacuum as well. So, 1 pickoff becomes 2. Nigma keeping up the pace here.
Yeah, Koifa just trying to shove the
Radiant's
bottom lane as
bottom
fast as
tower is
possible
under
so he can
attack.
drive that attention from Team Nigma down there so that they can get more time to be able to have their chrono. They just want to buy time right now on Liquid to be able to take a better fight when they do have those spells up as GH. He's on the
She's
prowl.
gonna find him immediately. Walrus punches him, catches him. Koifa pops that haste rune. Now he may still be caught, especially since they've got the snowball to see where he's kind of going. Shards, can they block him in? Oh, barely misses out on that one. Koifa, I believe he's gonna be away, home free. Blinks, TP's out. Very nicely done by him. So it does create a little space.
Great space, but look, and again, another smoke from Team Nigma. Like, they're just like, guys, Chrono and Chaotic offering down. Let's go.
Did they save all of their, like, how many times do you have 3 smokes available? I feel like they almost saved them intentionally for when these abilities were going to be on cooldown, as they're going to find Taiga once again.
Okay. Roche in about a minute as well, so Liquid will have, all their ults are going to be up for that Roche fight, but Nigma have effectively punished it. How many kills did they actually get there?
They got 3. They got 2 on Taiga, 1 on Boxy. They missed out on the Koifa kill, obviously. So
pretty good for them.
yeah, not bad. Got the shard pickup for Insania. See Mickey with the Scotty next item. I believe. Does Luna have her BKB?
She does. She's
okay.
Very farmed, almost level 18 too. Mickey has hit 18, though, so he's a little bit ahead on that front at least. And he does have protection. He does have Manta to at least cover him a little bit versus like the Phantoms and the Silences and the Decreps and all that will be annoying him a lot.
Okay,
Miracle,
so
he's gone all positions. Right? Octarine to tank up, and just how valuable the item is because it builds up from that Aether Lens, and then Blink.
yeah.
Radiant are scanning.
And he's able to
Dire
go
are
back for a
scanning.
Glimmer Cape. We saw there the difference in the gold that they're getting from these bounty runes. Nigma, they're up by 5k. Half of that is purely coming from the fact that they have gotten a lot more bounty runes than Liquid, obviously from all that map control they've got.
Yep. Liquid now, BKB's up on Boxy, so he has a much easier time just getting into the backlines, which, you know, if we see Liquid
Radiant's
gets to
top tower
hit
is
their
under
spells
attack.
properly, when they can get these opportunities to wrap around, they still have good shots in the fight. They just, it's a lot
Radiant's
harder for them
top
to actually
tower has fallen.
get through this annoying Darkseer who runs right into the front most of the time.
Yeah, mind control is currently trying to do that exact job, just kind of like running interference, being on the front. Liquid, they're going to try and sneak on by here. They know they're coming, though. They're immediately going to get a stun off. Mickey's going to be silenced here. Mickey in a bit of trouble. He's going to pop the Manta, and it goes back for mind control while Boxy ended up going in. GH is trying to finish off Taiga here, but the heal is going to prevent that as he's going to be left on the river side of things, while Boxy, he's been creating a ton of space there. Everybody else was pushed away from this engagement. Even the buyback coming in from mind control because they know they really cannot afford to give up this Roshan.
Mickey he just puts his body out there. He's like, all right, my control wants to be a tanky boy. I'm way
Dire's
tankier
middle
as this
tower
boy.
is
2800
under attack.
HP. He's also got the Nether Shawl. He runs in, gives so much information for his team, and they don't have to use any ults. So now for this next fight, they have that, and they know my control does not have buyback. If they catch this Darkseer, that will break most of the team fight that's coming out from Nigma, because he is so crucial to Nigma's team fight.
Yeah, pretty good play by Mickey, as you said, both of the positioning, and he seems to be holding on to the Chronosphere a lot. He is just not expending that very easily. I think the only time he's really been using it right was the Miracle Kill mid and then ILTW, those other times.
He's got his target priority for sure. Liquid.
If they can catch him, perhaps before he pops BKB, Mickey's going to be initiated on first. Snowball, chain stun pretty heavily to Mortimer's. Kiss is raining in, and he didn't get off the BKB. A hefty amount of damage coming in, but it's actually only about half HP. ILTW will turn now with the Eclipse. They've got to be able to get away from this magic damage raining in. Taiga may be left for dead, but Mickey's going to be okay for now. Now they go back in. Boxy with the BKB, salting the back line. They want Miracle, and they want him back, but Decrepify stalling things out. He is allowed to light drain, so they're going to go for ILTW instead. Koifa tossing Miracle enough in the air. He says enough of that, but Miracle's actually still alive. Essence Ring, another round of Decrepify. He's trying to do it for as long as he can, but ultimately he's got no more backup left. He stays alive admirably for a very long time there, but Liquid, they easily trounce the rest of Nigma in that team fight.
And now, because they have Sparta, they actually lost nobody in this fight. They can go straight for Roche. And actually, before doing that, they're actually going to hunt for mind control.
Yeah, they found him. Koifa. That that was, I guess, that lane ward right there on the left must have spotted mind control. So now they're going to be able to get, man, second row shot is such a huge objective. Now that you also get the shard on top of that.
Yeah, now, with the way that their heroes all work, like they scale quite hard, and Nigma's gonna start having a lot of problems now going forward. Yeah, last fight kind of said everything. Even, you know, the Chrono lands, the Snapfire kisses land. Luna's still alive, but Liquid's able to reset, and then they have another round of big ultimates. The chaotic offering coming in, and for the whole time, he sat on Miracle. He kept controlling him over and over again, and just like toss avalanche, reset, come back, toss avalanche, reset. It didn't let Miracle really do much in the fights at all.
Do you agree with this choice? Them giving the shard to Mickey, so now he has the reverse time walk?
Sure. You just like that. That's what you have to do. You can do some fun juke plays. You know, you can dodge some spells.
Yeah. I feel like the cast range is actually what makes it legit.
That is absolutely fair. Yeah, 400 cast range definitely just makes it worthwhile as Chrono. I mean, it is everything. I forgot that it gave 400. I thought it was a lot less than that.
Yeah, dude, why is it 400 and it gives a second ability? I feel like Icerock's going insane with these shards for carries, man.
Yeah, that's actually quite crazy.
It's like, here's the
start a box too, and this is really valuable too. So, I mean, yeah, it's absolutely best one for Void.
He's like, go ahead, you've got a new ability. Oh, and minus 2 seconds cooldown. Or increase cast range as well. It's like,
or make it heal and strong dispel and do extra damage and do something.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
it definitely feels like these shards are no longer like this fun, like slightly optional thing, but they're very rapidly becoming core to some of these heroes.
Yeah, for some, for sure. But then there's other ones, like, you know, you look at Pugna's and you're like, in very rare situations, is this going to be valuable in comparison? And speaking of Pugna, Miracle.
Yeah, he's very far forward here.
That was crazy.
Insane. Mickey.
Mickey's got Chrono at the ready. He's looking for something.
Didn't quite see him. He almost has Scotty too, so I feel like in some ways they it'd be nice for them to just chill out and fill that up. Koifa does have his Aghanim Scepter, so now the Tiny can pump some serious damage in to the Chronosphere as well. We're going back to the point where you probably need a Decrepify to save those units from the tree volley that's going to be raining in. Boxy currently hunting with an Invis Rune.
Level 18 too, so we've got max Corrosive Haze that applies with his Slithering Crush.
Oh boy, that wasn't even a bash hit. That was just a regular one. That was like a third of his hit HP. Oh no.
The quiver hit, right? So the quiver
okay. Oh, that makes sense. I was like,
wait, what? I was like, that was a bash.
That damage was insane.
Mika, he finds himself a Mindbreaker, but he's still...
Oh, they found ILTW. He's going to be forced to pop his BKB, but they've got a Solar Crest on Boxy, so he is swinging really fast. They're going to drop the Golem here for Boxy to try and get one more hit in to get that bash. ILTW away into the trees. There is an escape point out of this area, and he will manage to use that to barely get back to the base until now. Mickey's here with the Chronosphere. Oh, another Glimmer Cape, and they're actually getting the Light Drain as well. Uh-oh, Liquid. It's going to be a little difficult until ILTW is finally finished off. He is. The magic damage is there. Grimstroke's going to be swallowed up by the Foxy and Mickey combo here. Miracle and GH are left to try and hold the base by themselves.
And Liquid's like, wait, we can't hit turn 3s. Oh yeah, turn 2s are still up. We're fighting. Great chase forward. Liquid really catching their stride this game, and pretty much all the team fights that they chose to take have been quite successful, except for the one around the Aegis point where they jumped the Luna initially. But besides that, perfect connections pretty much from everybody, and Koifa having a really solid performance on the Tiny after a bit of a tough start of the lane.
And ILTW, kind of a rough game for him, mostly because Liquid is doing a good job hunting him down.
Yeah, they're always getting on the targets that they need to. They're always jumping onto these backline targets, and these double blinks and the Chronosphere and just that big coverage of chaotic offering. It's enough for them.
I'm beginning to think, Fog, that Faceless Void, I mean, the way OG used it with amplifying him up with all that attack speed, now we're seeing Liquid amplified via Corrosive Haze. Like, it really seems like Faceless Void as just a right-clicking hero is really top tier right now.
Yeah, he's just back. You just have to be very cautious. And I think that's the biggest thing that I noticed from Liquid in the early game was just like holding the chrono, right? Like you have to wait for the right opportunity, the perfect opportunity. Getting a single kill in this type of game, it's not going to work because you're playing versus such heavy group up. You need to wait for the perfect opportunities. And they really have done that. Like Nigma has just been constantly on the prowl, constantly on the hunt with these smokes, trying to punish and split up Liquid when they don't have cooldowns. But Liquid, for the most part, they've been cool as a cucumber, waiting for this to come back up. 40 seconds for chrono in their base.
Look how safe they are. Sitting around their tier 4s, Insania using chat wheel lines. Like, he's like, guys, we know you're 5-man smoking. We can smell a desperation get out of our base smoke. And we'll see if Liquid in turn are going to do something similar here. And who's going to end up winning out on the initiation fight? Because it feels like that's the biggest thing, right? It's like whoever gets the right kind of initiation here, and it's mostly been Liquid. Jump straight up, see something, gets a little vision, backs away. Now ILTW outside of position here, already down to half health. They're going to use the shards to block the entrance off. Miracle will use his blink dagger. Time dilation on cooldown now. He's still going to go for it, though. The Chronosphere opportunity is here. Immediately gets stunned, actually pushed away by Miracle as well. We're on the crown. ILTW going to be targeted here with the corrosive phase on him. He's popped BKB. He has a butterfly, but he is being shredded by this right-click damage. He can't even get off an Eclipse. He's just done for it. He doesn't have buyback either. Nigma. Oh, dear.
Disappears.
I mean, the Tiny and the Faceless Void are doing so much damage thanks to the corrosive haze. I'm beginning to wonder, like, why aren't more people picking Slardar like BSJ has been asking for?
I have to agree. It's looking really good. And Box is so comfortable with it. And they still have Chrono. They didn't actually even have to use it in the fight. Mickey just right there.
Yeah. And this time, I mean, he's using the rewind really well. He keeps on getting vision. Now he's going to make the commitment here. Okay, LCW's not buying back. Let's go ahead and take down Miracle. Oh. Slight pause here as looks like we had somebody's PC froze, but
I crashed as well, actually.
Oh, really?
It was just them. Yeah, I was like, was it me? Is it them? What happened here? Everyone's just standing still.
Well, I have to wonder if Nigma are perhaps considering a GG call. They still have the tier 2s up on the side lanes here, so even, you know, they're going to lose this fight and stuff, and they're probably going to give up their mid lane of barracks, but they can hold on if they want to and see if Liquid wants to hit some tier 4s or something like that.
They've fully lost their stride in this game. Liquid just have cruised in these last few, like, 3-4 team fights in a row. Mickey just too tanky. He's too big. The fact that your Void can just time walk in over and over again like this and you can't punish it, this says everything. It's a 4,000 health Void with the cheese.
Yeah, I like his build too. It's a very tanky build, right? He built Manta to help deal with the Phantom's Embrace and the Decrepify. Just a value Sange to be able to deal with you know, various stuns, nice status resistance, and now a Scotty. So 4,000 HP almost.
Yeah, it looked a little scary, right? Because he went Maelstrom and then he went like Sage and he got killed like twice and they went S and Y. But then when he disassembles, it all starts to make a lot of sense. This is some good stuff from Liquid, just being able to take this fight. Enigma, this was a very timing-based lineup that they wanted to get an advantage and keep pressing that advantage, but Liquid didn't really ever allow that to happen. I think the highest it ever went was, what, 5K gold lead? I don't think the experience ever even went into Enigma's favor, so yeah, Liquid taking all these heads-up fights, and it's around that vision, right? Like, I noticed like the few times they did have vision where they got these big wraparounds was huge for them.
Yeah, certainly. It also feels like Luna is just, am I wrong in saying, I feel like she's pretty hard countered by just having these, like, corrosive haze makes it so, like, her one idea is like, okay, she at least has a lot of agility, even if her HP pool is squishy. But then, like, that all gets taken away, so she's being shredded by physical damage. Yeah,
still feels like the same, you know, the same problems that Luna's always had, at least from what we've seen in this game, right? You're kind of fragile. You're this carry hero that if you get collapsed on, which it's gonna happen, you're gonna get collapsed on, especially from this trap. You kind of still just die. You have to be playing at such a far advantage. It feels good. I don't even know if he was actually ahead of Void almost at all this game, right? He was actually like neck and neck. Mickey kept up with him in farm.
Yeah, it helped that Mickey was able to exit the laning phase top net worth, and then he didn't really get picked off a whole lot. Okay, Telescope, Spell Prism. Those are 2 different nice items for
Radiant's
Miracle.
top tower is under
Not
attack.
bad.
Everyone's on their toes with Mickey around, man. He keeps on jumping in.
Radiant's
They're
top
like,
tower
oh, is this the time? Is he going to go for the Chronosphere? He's got it up now. It's finally off cooldown.
So what's our war duration? That was just Prism in the opposite.
LTW, you got to be careful. That butterfly doesn't protect you against those tree hits. The Crepify for a moment, but look at this. That damage. The Fatal Bond set up off of a nice Chronosphere. Insania collects 3 of the kills, and Mickey will get the other 2. The friendship duo that has gone through the test of time from Heroes to New Worth and now Dota 2 stays strong. Look at those 2 lads as they're able to finish off the game in pretty nice style. Liquid taking game 1 against Nigma.
I like how they started to, I feel like they identified that they needed to bypass, like quite quickly, they needed to bypass the Darkseer and the Tusk. I think that last, that fight around the top side, around the secret shop, when Mick